I look at the photo reference as a starting point, not something I need to follow religiously. Okay, so let's get this plane to kind of lay down and go back in space. So we can start to get somewhere in between this value and this saturation and put it over the top here to help it lay down. And I'm even kind of stroking it in the direction of the perspective. I mean, I'm not religiously following, it's got to be this line, it's got to be like this, and then more angled, but generally speaking, more angled on the edges, or more of a flat angle, and then more of a straight up and down stroke in the middle. And that's what, kind of simulates that linear perspective. And sometimes just going across canvas. So it's kind of mixing up your stroke, a little bit of variation. Okay, now we've got a little bit of a warmer green, a little more saturated as we get down here, as it changes crop, and also changes a little bit to a different plane. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and smooth out some of that color, so it just doesn't get too brushy. What we're after more is a kind of like a gradient, as it goes up in space, from here up into there. Okay, now let's go ahead and work in some of these little tones here that are little kind of like just slight accents. So there's a break between the two fields, and so there's a light band. It could be a road or something. So adding that in there. Basically just getting rid of some of those lights. Now I'm going to come back with just a little bit more of a precise brush and indicate some kind of accent tones where we've got some of these roof structures. And they're going to be really bright, more in the foreground, midground. Like there's that value here that's really quite bright. And if we had something down here, it would be bright. But what's going to happen is, these darks get lighter as they go back, but the lights actually get darker as they go back until everything goes into a kind of a milky mid value. So we can still have contrasts back in here in the distance, but we just don't want those contrasts to be as high as maybe the contrasting things we've got, foreground to background. We want something that's more contrasty here in the midground, so this is kind of a natural spot to do it. And what we want to do is start creating a dialogue between all of these areas. We want to watch that things don't necessarily line up. You want these things to, kind of serpentine their way back. Now, one thing I don't want all these bands to be straight. I want to have, so I'm going to pick up some ideas. There's that sweeping motion here with the crop. As they move the sprinklers, there's this kind of sweeping motion. So that is a way to get into the painting and also move you into the focal point. The other thing is, to break up these bands of color is also to create some overlap. So there could be maybe a structure or two that even though I don't really see it in the reference, there's a need of putting something that overlaps what's going there to break up this long line.